Hello everyone, so here is part 2 of the special quests. Well, special videos for the special quests, and in this case it's the Hildibrand quests. And so here we are, continuing on with where we left off, and we need to speak with Ganelin. Yes, I'm a busy man. If you're looking for a small talk. If you're looking for small talk, I suggest you look elsewhere. No need to be rude, Ganelin. She's a friend of mine. Now, what say you share your latest findings with us? I promise I'll make it worth your while. Ellie? Humph. If it isn't the Mithril Eyes star reporter. Come to have a laugh at Ganelin's expense before returning to pen your latest front-page feature, eh? Oh, very well. Just promise you'll put in a good word for me with the higher-ups, okay? Now let me tell you this. There's strange things afoot at the Colosseum. Bugger all! It's a travesty, I tell you! Hutch, you, Hamo. Whatever is the matter? And where, pray tell, is Hutchin? The four of you will be compete for the cup together, yes? I fear that an unfortunate mishap has left Hutchin in no condition to fight. We were just on our way to convey the dire news to Dower Meadow. Mishap, my arse? This was sabotage. Some bloody coward out there will stop at nothing to eliminate his competition. I swear it on my suppligar. Lower your voice, Hotch. My head stings enough without your bloody shouting. Hutch, should you not be resting your wounds? Oh, but forgive your incompetent, unworthy comrade. If I had been quicker with my mantra, we would still be the 4 men strong. Do not berate yourself so, Hamo. In victory and in defeat, the Mantravilles fight as one. You bear no more responsibility for my wounds than I. Any road, I dare say I'll not be getting back into fighting Fettle by arsing about in bed. I'm ready to chant some mantras. How about the lot of you? Hutchin, for you, I'm always ready. Now that's what I like to hear. 1,000 mantras, and I want each one to ring out over the Segoli. The Mantravilles? Aye, as Hutchin tells it, they took their name from a training partner they met at the first Fist of Relgar, a man they most admired for his devotion and chiseled physique. Consider me not the least bit interested. This talk of attacks on the competitors, however, of this I would hear more. Ah, yes, I mentioned that strange things were afoot, yes. With mere days left behind before the Mithril Cup, a staggering number of would-be combatants have withdrawn, citing a host of curious ailments and injuries. With the list of entrants shrinking by the day, the organizers have been forced to abandon the elimination format in favor of a mass melee between what few battlers remain. The Phantom Thief's challenge. Gladiators dropping like flies? No, this is no mere coincidence. I would speak to the individual in charge of the event. Where might I find him? Though the concern sponsors the tourney, the day-to-day organizational duties are being handled by a fellow by the name of Dower Meadow. He should be in his office within the Colosseum's halls. I'll send word to the gateman, Hildibrand, who owes the Mithril Eye a favor or two. Splendid! Come, Hildibrand, we've got a case to crack. Ellie. Let's go find this Dower Meadow and see what he can tell us about the tourney. Ganelin said we would find him at his office at the Colosseum, yes? Ganelin. With gladiators dropping one after the next, I've had to rewrite my Mithril Cup preview 5 times in the past 2 days. Make that 6. You, Baya. From the Mithril Eye, you say? Then by all means, you're free to enter. I'm Ellie, reporter for the Mithril Eye. Never blinking, all-seeing, you know the deal, yes? And you must be Dower Meadow. I was hoping I could ask you a few questions about the upcoming tourney. Don't mind to argue with free publicity, and from a charming little thing like yourself. Ask away, me girl. That said, between the challenge from that so-called phantom thief and now these bizarre attacks targeting the fighters, our tourney's already at the talk of the town. Not that you'll see me complaining, provided someone's still left to fight, that is. You're free to investigate as you wish, but you'd be smart to exercise some caution. Needless to say, recent events have everyone here a bit on edge. Why, just moments ago, one fighter almost took off another's head for insulting the color of his sublu... Looks like we got ourselves another... Huh? These two aren't in the entry books. And our challenger unleashes a vicious right hook at as the gentleman inspector was channeling his strength for his next attack. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner! Inspector Briardian, as efficient as ever, I see. A true gentleman. Excuse violence. Inspector. You were thinking. It annoyed me. Dower Meadow, I presume? Tell me everything you can about the prizes for this tourney, and try to be brief. Was wondering when you might ask. Master Furious has spared no expense in making the Mithril Cup the most lucrative tourney this Coliseum's ever seen. The victor will receive a true treasure from his collection, the Warden's Grace, a ring fitted with the largest sun sphere you'll find outside a card. The second and third place prizes are nothing to sneeze at neither, but I don't care how many faces he's got, we've nothing to fear from this thief. The concern is hired an elite regiment of stone torches to watch over the vault day and night. Yes, just as the brass blades were so successful in stopping the thief last time. If you want your treasures safe, go fetch them and bring them to me. Be quick about it. I haven't all day. Fear I can't do that, Inspector. After all, what proof do I have that you ain't the Mister Many Faces in another of his elaborate get-ups? No, if you want to get your hands on the spoils, you'll have to claim them as any other would, in battle. As a matter of fact, what with the ranks thinned as they are, we're actively recruiting new competitors. The more the merrier, and the more lucrative at that. Now, where did our receptionist get off to? Over here, you slimy bugger. We've got some fresh blood for the melee. Give me a moment, will ya? I've only got 8 arms, or were they legs? You called? I was just about to give this lovely Miss Avila the grand tour. Inspector Hildibrand, look! He's purple! Astute as ever, Menashu. This color, this overabundance of appendages. I smell a case. That's just me receptionist, Ultros. Don't be startled now. He's an ugly little bugger, but he's friendly enough. Word has it he was one of many bizarre creatures born from a recent experiment with ancient incantations at the Thaumaturge's Guild. They were going to seal him away in a hole in the desert with the others when he opened his slobbering mouth and started pleading for his life. I just want to live in peace. I'll do anything. Anything. So the management hired him to perform odd jobs about the Coliseum. And I'm ever glad they did. I tell ya, this job ain't glamorous, but it sure has its perks. What a delicious morsel. I'm gonna get my, yeah. This is the part that was very, 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 very disturbing. Humph. I know not who you are or where you hail from, and I do not care. If you dare challenge me, my Tempest Blade will show you no mercy. You can forget about your case, Inspector. There is only one who will claim the victor's spoils, and that is me. Now that the warrior of light has anything to say. Ooh, I just love it when she talks tough. Now who's the chump who wanted to get a pummeling by my lovely little Evie? apparently me. Though a gentleman takes far more pride in rescuing fair damsels than fighting them, I fear we have little recourse. I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, shall do what must be done. Celebrian Saragon will be entering the tournament on my behalf. Celebrian Saragon? You do look like a Saragon. Well, bugger me with a spear to think I'd see the day when a warrior light stood in my coliseum. Hear the clink clink clinkin'? That's the sound of gil pouring into our coffers when the public finds out a true Yorzian hero will be stepping into the ring to fight for the Mithril Cup. Oh, and I reckon your friend can tag along too. Show him where to sign, Ulti. With Celebrian, I suppose we have as good a chance as any. Now we just need to make sure that she doesn't come down with some curious injury. That Gladiatrix, Avila was it? Seems quite certain of her chances at victory. Suspiciously certain, I would say. Haha, I'm already 10 steps ahead of you, Inspector. That Ultros fellow seemed more knowledgeable of Miss Avila. Come, Nashu, the investigation is afoot. As much as that sounds like an amazingly productive line of investigation, might I suggest that our first priority is to keep Celebrian here safe? Let us return to Ganelin and see what else you can tell us of these mysterious attacks on the combatants. Very well, I shall leave that task to you. I have a lead of my own to investigate. Should you uncover any new information, I trust you will share it with me at first opportunity. Yep. And so now we need to go back this way and speak with Ganelin, who should be where he was last. Hildibrand. I suppose that our questioning of Mr. Ultras can wait. Let us see if this Ganelin fellow can enlighten us. Ellie. Look, I know you're the warrior of light and all, but we can't afford to take any chances. Be on your guard, Celebrian. Ganelin. You again? I've already told you what? Enter the tourney, you say? Are you out of your bleeding mind? Look, I've got a suspicion or two, which I'm happy to share with you, but in the end, you have to protect yourself, you hear? So I've been asking around, and it seems that more than a few of the fighters who pulled out of the tourney were scheduled to fight a warrioress by the name of Avila. Now, I can't make any promises, but my instincts tell me this girl is bad news. But don't take it from me when you hear it from someone who crossed blades with her just 2 days ago. A fellow by the name of Raging Rat had the misfortune of being matched up with Avila in the preliminary round, and earned himself a right bruising from it all. Last I heard, he was resting up back at the Pugilists Guild. Why don't you pay him a visit? Raging Rat. Come to have a good laugh at old Raging Rat's expense, have ya? Well, you're not the first. I say there's a man in the entire realm with an ounce of sympathy. Greetings, good sir. How fortunate you are today that your guest is Hildibrand Manderville, gentleman inspector. Now, if you would, please enlighten me to how exactly it was that you were beaten to a bloody pulp by Miss Avila. Gentleman, my arse, have ye not a wit of delicacy? Never you mind. Look, the records may say I lost, but I admit to nothing of the sort. I'll shout it at the top of my lungs if no one else will. The girl doesn't fight fair. Tempest Blade? Some kind of foul sorcery, if you ask me. Mark me words, that girl is up to no good. If she weren't so darned easy on the eye, she'd be rotting in a gale as we speak. The girl's Elamiganor, haven't you heard? You know how it is with those refugees. Why fight with honor when you've got nothing to lose? Yes, and why not disparage an entire people in a pathetic attempt to salvage your sorry pride? This one's a real piece of work, Celebrian. Let's be on our way. I didn't mean no offense, miss, just telling it like it is, as it were. Perhaps it truly is some manner of sorcery, as the fellow says, or perhaps she works with an accomplice. She didn't strike me as the magic-wielding type. If I were a betting woman, I'd put my gill on the latter. Ah, Miss Ellie, the thrill of the chase has struck a chord with you as well. Yes, I can see it in the wrinkles beneath your eyes. We might very well make an inspector of you yet. An inspectress as you yet. I'll give you a good wrinkle, you insensitive boar. Ahem. If what the man says is true, it's likely that her fellow Elamegans might sympathize with her plight. An accomplice would hardly be out of the question. Yes, I can see it now. Two unfortunate souls shunned by those around them, united by destiny and a common desire for justice. Ample appendages, whirling wildly, sending gusts of wind flying every which way, Avila and Ulti, a match made in the heavens. Were it any more obvious, I would have solved this case without leaving my home. Incredible! Your powers of deduction never fail to amaze, Inspector! What is it with you two and that infernal octopus? Mr. Ultros should still be at the Colosseum. Let us hurry before he slithers back off to whencesoever he came. And so now we need to speak with Hildibrand over by the Colosseum. Hildibrand. Shh, friend, and look over yonder. Behold these exquisite legs, those stylish tentacles, the unearthly undulations of his squirmy, squishy body. Yes, our friend Ulti is a most fascinating creature indeed. Behold how he carefully eyes the Gladiatrix before him. What manner of mischief is he plotting? Things you don't want to know. He speaks. Yes, this is most suspicious indeed. No. Run away, run away! Oh ho, what is this? The girl has fled in a panic. Our friend Ulti appears to be discouraged. Look at the way his soldiers sag. Or how would they sag if he... or how they would sag if he had shoulders. Our quarry is on the move. Quickly, Nashu! We must pursue! Pursue, even. Speaking is not my forte. And so, once more, we need to head back over this way and speak with Nashu, Hildibrand. Aha! There he is! You will not escape us so easily, Mr. Ultros. Nashu. Mr. Ulti seems to have found himself another Gladiatrix with what might he be plotting this time? Probably the same thing. Look at those succulent legs. I reckon they taste just wonderful in a good marinara sauce. A marinara sauce. Ah, he speaks. And another girl rushes off. Whatever did he say to her? He looks so sad. Shall we douse him in lemon butter and put him out of his misery, Inspector? Whatever he is doing with these girls anyway. Call me crazy, but I think he likes them? Well, at least someone has some sense. Nashu. Poor Mr. Ultros didn't seem to have much luck with the ladies. Speaking only for myself, I'd love to have him for dinner. Perhaps in a nice lemon butter sauce. Hildibrand. Hildibrand is contemplating the implications of Ultros's behavior. Poor misunderstood Ulti. Here we suspected him of criminal activity, when in truth he was just a gentle soul, luckless in love. Oh, Ulti, can you find it in your squishy, slimy heart to forgive us? Yes, yes, now perhaps we should return to our investigation. If Avila is as suspicious as they say, perhaps we should follow her around for a bit. Dower Meadow back at the Colosseum should be able to enlighten us as to her whereabouts. An excellent idea, Miss Ellie, but I have a better one. Let us return to the Colosseum and speak with Dower Meadow. From him we shall ascertain Miss Avila's whereabouts, upon which we shall follow her about to see if she is indeed as suspicious as they say. Come, Nashu, the investigation calls. Don't think Uncle Ulti didn't see you following me. What's the big idea, eh? I'm nothing more than a stupid octopus, squee. Or am I? Come on now, I just want what any octopus wants. A cute girl, untold riches, and the admiration of millions. Can't Uncle Ulti dream? Well, kids hate to ink and run. Then again, I am an octopus. And so we need to speak with Dour Meadow at the steps of Thal, who is apparently just over here. Again, Dour Meadow. Yes, what is it this time? I'm a busy man. Looking for Avila, you say? She said something about sharing a flagon with her countrymen over at the Coffer and Coffin. I reckon you might still find her there. I'll warn you though, if you're smart, you'll keep your distance from that one. That poor bugger Ganelin tried to interview her for an article, but the girl was going to rip his head clean off. How can I put this? She doesn't seem to take kindly to being asked questions of a personal nature, if you catch my drift. That said, if you're looking for a good sparring match to warm you up for the tourney, that might be just the ticket. I can assure you there will be no need for gratuitous fisticuffs, my good sir. With my remarkable powers of espionage, we will ascertain all the information we need without the fiery lass even being alerted to her presence. Let us be off. I'm not convinced. Hildibrand. Behold, the lovely Miss Avila, just as predicted. Let us keep watch from here, so as not to set off the girl's famed temper. How many times must I tell you? There is no cause for concern. The spoils shall be mine. It may as well be written in stone. Do you realize what this means? We have suffered and suffered long, but my victory shall mark a new era. Just as Rabban el-Din won a new life for himself in the Colosseum, I shall win a new life for our people. The prize that I shall claim will bolster the wealth of our people 1,000, no 10,000-fold. In a land where wealth is power, we will be kicked to the gutter by the Oldens no more. And with that, I must be off to Nanawa Mines to meet my sister. Miss Avila's self-assurance is ever a sight to behold. I deduce that my own chances of felling her on the field of battle are infinitesimal. I could have told you that before you signed up. Come now, we have a suspect to pursue. Wee-hee-hee, trying to steal Avila from Uncle Ulti's tentacles, are you? I'm afraid that isn't going to happen. Yes, Uncle Ulti's homemade explosive will see that this is the end of the road for you. Does that make me a bad octopus? Ah, the distinctive smell of fire sand. Another one of your handcrafted explosives, I take it, Nashu? Heavens no, Inspector. This is far too elaborate to be one of mine. Do you think whoever crafted this would be willing to give me a lesson? They're on to me? Preposterous! Could it be that Musclehead isn't as stupid as he looks? I see. In any event, I shudder to think of what might happen if an unsuspecting passerby chanced upon such a hazardous object. Allow me. Heave-ho! You gotta be kidding me! And so we need to speak with Hildibrand, who is way up there. Hildibrand. That maiden in mining garb must be the sister of whom Miss Avila spoke. Let us listen a bit closer. I thought we agreed, no hard labor until your leg is healed. I swear, sometimes I think you were born solely to give your poor sister headaches. Says the girl who once fought off 10 Imperials with one good arm. Perhaps someday you'll understand that your little sister can take care of herself just as well as you. Speaking of which, what news of the tourney? Worry not, Higilina. I have taken all the necessary precautions. The Warden's grace is as good as ours. Even the most modest estimates value it worth at some 30 million gil. Do you realize what this means? Necklaces from Ishitami's, sun-silk dresses, all the luxuries you've ever wanted will be yours. The poor little girls in shabby clothes, objects of pity and scorn for the olden upper crust, those days are over. After I claim victory, we will take our rightful place at the top of society. I don't know, Ravi. Wealth is all well and good, but when I see you stand tall in the Colosseum, hundreds and thousands cheering your name, I am proud. No matter how humble our birth, if we stand strong and stand together, this alone is all the wealth I ask for. That is your problem, Higgelina. We've always been too quick to settle for less than your worth, but worry not, for your sister is watching over you. I will do this. For us. Now I must return. God forbid one of those prying reporters overhears us. That's me, Avi, unfazed by a duel to the death. It terrified you to be caught in a moment of tenderness. May the gods smile on you, sister, and be safe. Sniff. A more moving display of sisterly love I have not seen, and yet I fear it has afforded us little in the way of prospective clues. It would seem Avila's obsession with victory runs even deeper than we imagined. That said, I can't help but feel a bond with this girl. My sister and I were alone in the world too, you see. Inspector, did you just hear what I heard? Look, kids, Uncle Ulti has had it up to here with you. Do you think you could just fall in this pit and die like a good little girl? Wee-hee-hee, I'm talking to you, Mrs. Warrior of Light. Hear that sound? Just one step closer? Closer? Not you, you idiot! Ahem. No need for concern, friends. I have simply taken the liberty of investigating this hole in the ground, and am pleased to report that there seems to be nothing out of the ordinary. Our hero. Now shall we return to Ulda? The Mithril Cup will be starting before long, and the last thing we want after all this is to lose our bout by forfeit. Could it be? Did that musclehead dive straight into my trap to save his companions? The others seem completely unsurprised at this turn of events. Doubtless he has performed such selfish acts before. A true gentleman if I ever saw one. But if you think that means I'm going to show mercy on you, you've got another thing coming. Another think coming? Time to break out the big guns, kids. Wait a minute, I dug 2 pits, didn't I? Come to think of it, the second was right around... Yep. Give me a break! Team Rocket's blasting off again! Ting! And now we need to speak with Hildibrand down over there. Apparently. Ellie. Whatever does he think he's found this time? Hildibrand. Yes, is something the matter? We're on something of a tight schedule here, Inspector. Stand back, Miss Ellie. My well-honed inspector's senses are tingling. I feel the most fearsome adversary lurking about. This time you're really up the creek without a paddle, kids. Mwahaha! Say hello to a not-so-little friend of mine from the Colosseum. He's large, he's in charge, and most of all, he's hungry. Gwee-hee-hee. Where in the world is he? I haven't got all night. My Chimera! Who is that half-naked fool? Poor old Tros. Narf. Father, could it be that the aura of unmitigated murderous rage that I felt was not our quarry, but you? Hildy, I was merely taking a stroll in search of inspiration and materials for my newest masterpiece in the making. What brings you and your friends to these parts today? Just a bit of sleuth work, Father dear, and with that we must return to Ul'dah. If you have not heard, your son is set to compete for the Mithril Cup. Oh ho, moonlighting as a gladiator, are we? A fitting second career for a Manderville man, if I do say so myself. That muscle-bound old man is the inspector's father? Remind me never to go to one of their family reunions. God, just who is this inspector anyway? Hildy is a worthy rival, if ever there was one. Who goes there? Hildy, Celebrian, I have been waiting for this day. Well, looky who we have here. You're quite the intimidating gent yourself. A friend of the inspector, mayhap? I am Gilgamesh, wandering duelist, and I am not so much the inspector's friend as his enemy. Well, that makes two of us. Perk up, Gulliver, because this is just might be our lucky day. Is there no one in this accursed realm who can remember my name? Call me what you will, friend, but heed my words. Celebrian is a formidable foe. That sounded like high praise coming from a big fellow like yourself. To have such a powerhouse as his sidekick, that inspector must be something else indeed. I know not what brings you to do battle with those two, but I warn you, you will end up as seafood soup if you face them alone. And with that, I must be off. For reasons that I do not entirely understand, I'm considered something of a fugitive in these parts. Celebrian, I will not fall so easily this time. Well, it looks like I've got my legs full, all 8 of them. But if that adventurer's too strong to take on alone, I'll just have to bring along a friend. A supplely twisting ring calling to mind the undulations of a creature of the sea. Yes, inspiration has struck. Yeah, nobody here but us octopods. Look forward to your next time life as a masterpiece, fiend. Muscleheads, I hate them! And so we need to speak with Hildibrand at the Colosseum. So it's a Santa Claus Lalafell. Hildibrand. Good heavens, chancing upon father like that, I dare say it's taken a year off my life. Quite a crowd has assembled. It would seem the festivities are nigh about to commence. I had hoped to uncover more of Miss Avila's secrets, but no matter. What better place to continue my investigation than on the field of battle? Hildibrand. Hildibrand appears to be in something of a hurry. Good heavens, we haven't much time before the tourney begins. We must hasten back to the Colosseum and apprise ourselves on the rules of the engagements. To a true gentleman, the battle is not about victory or defeat, but fighting with honor. Whatever treachery or guile my opponents may employ, I will not lower myself to their level. Indeedly-doo. And so, we need to head over here. Again. Ashu. Or Miss Midgard Stormer. Is it just me, or is Mr. Ultras a bit lumpier than he was before? Hildibrand. Bumps on the head, chipped teeth, I am one shabby-looking octopus. I tell ya, they don't pay me enough for this. Well, that's all gonna change soon, isn't it, buddy? Funga! Hey, Mr. Soltros, just the octopus we were looking for. I was hoping that you might enlighten us as to— Ye gods, you gave those ghastly bruises! Bruises? I fell down the stairs, that's all. Now get lost, I'm a busy octopus. Funga! Ouch, you have my sympathies, good sir. It is a challenge enough to coordinate 4 limbs, let alone 8. Is there someone inside your office? No, whatever gave you that idea? I'm simply, fumigating the place. We're pests. Pests like yourself. Now, don't you have a battle to go fight? Funga! Inspector, I think something's alive in there. That's just me, talking to myself. Yes, fun, gods, yes, gods. Working as a receptionist is fun. Battered, bruised, beset by vermin, and still able to find joy and fulfillment in your work? I say, Mr. Ultras, your passion for your chosen profession is truly an inspiration to us all. Celebrant, if you would come with me for a moment, I fear the stupidity in the air may be contagious. And now we need to first I need to speak with Hildibrand. Mr. Ultros is truly a man after my own heart, a gentleman among octopods. Ashu. Listening to Mr. Ultros talk truly is inspiring. I say he's looking more appetizing by the minute. Briardian. Well, has your investigation borne any fruit? I see. Avila seeks to win the tourney to claim a fortune and raise her and her sister out of poverty. Furthermore, she has implied that she has taken the necessary precautions to ensure that her victory is all but certain. While trailing her, you narrowly evaded a series of dastardly obstacles, and upon your return, that strange octopus appeared considerably worse for wear. The evidence points in one direction. The Alamegan girl and Ultros are plotting together to claim the Mithril Cup and its lucrative prize. It is not as preposterous as it sounds. I have done some research on our 8-legged friend. It would appear that Ultros has become something of a regular at Ulda's taverns and, House of Pleasures. I suspect that he is using his inside knowledge of the workings of the Colosseum to identify and eliminate potential threats, thereby ensuring victory for Avila and earning himself a healthy commission. There is also the matter of the Tempest Blade, that is rumored to be the source of the Alamegan girl's strength. This remains a mystery, which means that I fear your life is still in danger, Celebrian. One of the guards informed me that several crates of refuse from the Colosseum reception room were hastily discarded in Pearl Lane not bells ago. It is a stab in the dark, but the contents may yet provide some answers. I would ask you bring them to me. And you can't get them yourself because... Anyway, they're there, and there. And the first one is here. And the remaining 2 are in this direction. One right here. And next over here. And now we'll make our way back over to the Colosseum. Briardian. Well, let me see what you have found. Colosseum Reviews. A large wooden box containing all sorts of detritus gathered from the Colosseum, some of it still twitching. Now what have we here? Oh yes, a spectacular assortment of innards and entrails. And what's this? A sack even more foul-smelling than the gourd it was lying in? If that can be believed, and look here, something appears to be written on the side. Syngartus Sundries? It would seem this merchant has had dealings with this squishy mass of tentacles. Let us pay a visit to the man and have him enlighten us as to the exact nature of their partnership. So, I guess I need to head back over that way. Syngart. Welcome, welcome. What might a discerning lady like yourself be looking for today? Stinking sack. Battlefield's day after slaughter smell better than the unknown contents of this bag. I'm sorry, madame, but if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. No exchanges, replacements, or refunds. I stand by the quality of my wares, and I expect my customers to do the same. Wait now, did Ultros send you? I'll be asking the questions here. What exactly did you sell to that ungodly creature? Why, an entire sack full of gold truffles, can you believe it? What with the impressive price and that distinctive aroma, they're only for the most discerning of customers. Which Mr. Ultros clearly is, as he just placed another order today. Could these truffles somehow be connected to? No, I shall stop myself before I start sounding like... Inspector Briardian, it wounds me that you would sneak off to conduct your investigation without me, and to steal a waste librarian here? This gentleman is not impressed. Did you find anything, Inspector? Good gods, what is that dreadful smell? Miss Ellie, I would have expected a cultured young woman like yourself to be more educated in the Epicurean arts. That is the most distinct and delightful aroma of the gold truffle, an acquired taste to be sure, but one that has won the heart of many an old-on gourmet. I particularly enjoy them slow roasted, as my dear mother makes them. Roasted, you say? Why, my mouth's watering just thinking about it. Might I be so bold as to ask the recipe? It appears the productive portion of this conversation has come to an end. Besides, the tourney is about to begin. Let us make haste back to the Colosseum. Hildibrand. Do you feel that anticipation in the air, my friend? This shall go down in Yorzian history as the greatest battle since I slew that dragon. That did actually happen, yes? I have no idea. Briardian. Briardian has seen enough incompetence for the day. Well, that merchant proved to be a spectacular waste of time. Time which is in short supply. You must return to the Colosseum before the battle begins. Here is the plan, Celebrian. I shall find a suitable vantage point to observe Miss Avila in combat. Until I have ascertained the trickery behind her abilities, you are to keep a wide berth of her blade. Understood? And so now I need to speak with Dour Meadow. There you are. I was this close to starting the melee without you. I'd be remiss not to tell you that there's been a slight change of plans. Another contestant suffered a last-minute injury, and none other than our very own Ultras has stepped in to take his place. With and everyone's favorite octopus joining you two in the fray, spectators are just pouring in, and bookmarkers across town are raking in the gill, which ain't a bad thing for us. Word has it that Master Furgese himself is quite taken with my promotional skills. Aye, the future's looking bright for old Dour Meadow it is. So, what say ya? Are ya ready to get your arses kicked? Garr. Ready for battle. Yes. Aye, that's what I like to hear. Ladies and gents, it's time for blades to whirl and limbs to fly. Hopefully no limbs are lost this day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, plutocrats and paupers, open your eyes and steel your stomachs. Mithril Cup brought to you by our ever charitable friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. Your concern is our concern is about to begin. Who will stand atop the heap of maimed bodies and twisted limbs to claim victory? Will it be the tempestuous Avila of Alamigo, celebrity and the famed Warrior of Light? Or who was that grinning hooligan? Ah, that's right, Humberpatch, agent of infamy and imbecile extraordinaire. Or will it be our 11th hour entry, Ultros, the 8-legged purple purveyor of pain? Wahaha, here I am. Did ya miss me? No. I'd say we have a battle for the ages here, folks. Combatants, take your positions and let the battles begin! Alright, you know the deal. We team up and wipe out the others. Then when it's just the two of us, I'll take a dive. And you receive your share of the winnings. I've not forgotten our promise. Look at Avila's blades spin. Why, she's a veritable whirlwind of death and destruction out there. They breed 'em tough in Alamigo, that's for certain. You are next. You will try. Here we go, ladies and gents. Once my buddy gets a whiff of these raw truffles, he'll be sneezing up a storm. Literally. Guffaha. Ah, nothing like the rich aroma of roasted truffles. All this fighting has given Uncle Alty an appetite. Is it time for dinner yet? Wait a minute. Roasted truffles? Braised in a savory sauce, just like Mother used to make them. Feel free to have seconds. There's a whole sackful where that came from. That meddling musclehead! What's taking him so darned long? The girl's gaze gives it away. Open that gate at once. Yeah? Well, what is that monstrosity? Mistress Typhoon, is that your stomach I hear rumbling? Could I entrust you in some roasted truffles, perhaps? What a fascinating friends you have, Alty. Why, just look at this charming little nose. Is he perhaps suffering from a case of the sniffles? Bunga! Could it be? Avila's vaunted Tempest Blade? It was that monster all along? The girl played us all for fools. Don't look at me, it was all her idea. I'm just a stupid octopus. You were the one who approached me, you double-dealing fiend! I just wanted to experience the thrill of battle, you know, for my work and all. Come on, Dora, has Uncle Altia ever lied to you? What did I tell you? I knew there was something fishy about that Alamegan. Jeepers, people. Alamegans, ptz, beggars and brutes, the lot of them. We give them a home in our lands, and this is the things we get? Send her to Garlemald for all I care. Just get her out of my sight before I get sick. How about you leave instead? But I just wanted to... My sister! I feel for the girl. My little octopus heart goes out to her. But the rules are rules, right? Now, if Uncle Altia may be so bold... I say we call off the melee and have a final showdown between the 3 remaining competitors. That would be me, my buddy Typhoon, and Celebrian here. What do you say, Mrs. Warrior of Light? Aye, that's what we wanted to see. Oh, Tros! Oh, Tros! Oh, Tros! Well, this is a most unprecedented turn of events, but who am I to deny the wishes of such a passionate crowd of martial arts aficionados? Aficionados? Whatever. The venue, Halatali, the fighters, the tag team of Ultros and Typhoon versus the Warrior of Light. Who will be left standing when the storm has settled? Be there! This is a battle for the ages! Meanwhile, Hildibrand is stuck up there. Hildibrand. He did not fight. As a gentleman. Briardian. So, to review, the truffles were to elicit a sneeze from the octopus's oversized crony, which would be positioned so as to appear it would come from the Alamegan girl's blade, allowing the two to sweep away their opponents with ease. No wonder I wasn't able to see it sooner. It's quite possible the most imbecilic scheme I've encountered in my years as a consulting inspector. At any rate, we have no choice but to trust in your abilities now, Celebrian. Let us make for Halatali. Ellie. I suppose if any can defeat those fiends, it's you. Be safe, Celebrian. Briardian. There is no telling what inane trickery that octopus will attempt next. Be on your guard, Celebrian. Tower Meadow. Well, this turning has turned into a right mess. With all the trouble, I look preparing consolation prizes for the melee. It looks like we won't be needing them after all. Of course, as long as you're bringing in the spectators and the profits, I could have given arts arse. Now I know what you're thinking. 2 against 1 ain't fair, especially when one of the two is the size of a small house. So here's the deal. Why don't you bring along some of your friends for the battle? Let's say 7 of them. That should even the odds, aye? Duty Finder has been updated with a new regular duty. The Dragon's Neck now accessible. Combatants, a final confrontation will be held here atop the Dragon's Neck. If all members of a team fall from the platform, they forfeit the match. Blah blah blah. Seafood soup is not on the menu today, kids. I missed all of that I said, but you can read it. Thwarted again. I feel like such a sucker. And Celebrian claims the Mithril Cup! And unfortunately we didn't get the wind-up Ultros, but oh well. That's what it looks like. And back to Samurai. Ellie. You did it, Celebrian. With any luck, we've seen the last of that lecherous devilfish. Briardian. Good show, Celebrian. Your performance has earned us front row seats at the award ceremony. This should afford us the perfect vantage point to thwart the thief. Come, let us return to the Colosseum. Hildibrand. Ah, most remarkable display of martial skill, my adventuring friend. Clearly you have been observing me while in our travels together. Yep, that's where I got my skills from. Briardian. The ceremony will begin any moment now. Be on your guard. Our adversary may be anywhere, or anyone. Tar Meadow. It was a battle for the ages, but a worthy victor has risen to claim the spoils, and now let us take a look at the relic that our champion has won. Behold, from the personal vaults of Master Fjordgris himself, the Warden's Grace, a timeless treasure like the likes of which your realm has never seen, one that's certain of the attention of Yorzia's most prominent pilferer, Garhar! Above you! Ladies and gentlemen, inspectors and invertebrates, the opening act dragged on overlong, but worry not, the main event is about to begin. I know that you paid well for your seats here today, but I can assure you that my performance will not leave you disappointed. Now, I invite one and all to sit back and enjoy the show. Vile fiend, mark my words, you have stolen your lost treasure. I swear it on the Manderville name. I think not, Hildegard. Greg? 'Tis always a pleasure to reunite with old friends, but your timing truly leaves something to be desired. Slubbering, you bested me once, but not today. I shall have my revenge when I pierce your chest with my spear. What spear? Do you mean your skewer? My spear! Vile thief, is there not a shred of honor in you? Return my weapon at once! Oh ho, it seems we have an unexpected guest. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but I fear attendance at today's performance is by invitation only. Now it's raining truffles? But the battle's already... Mistress Typhoon? Just a moment. I'm sure I have a tissue here somewhere. Funga! Alas and alack, the ring sails straight to the hands of the fiend. Giving up so soon, are we? Those don't sound like the words of a Manderville man. Valiant father, if the ring won't come to me, I shall go to the ring. Why, it'll be just like Dolomud. Hildibrand Maximilian Manderville. Skyward, as only a Manderville can. I think you overshot the ring. But father, you know not your own strength. Ah! $997, $998, $990. And then Kidu over there. Oof. These legs, they look strangely familiar. Huh, put a little too much spin on that one, it seems. Not exactly as planned, but who can argue with the results? Say for one thing, this ring is a fake. But no matter, I have a feeling this will lead me to the true treasure. Like Latin. Until next time, friends, you have been a most attentive audience. The key! Bloody hells! Guards, seize the fiend at once! Of course now she would clap. It's too late, sir. The second prize, the Ring of Inquiry, it's gone. Second prize? What is the meaning of this? Many-faced fiend or no, the man spoke true. Master Goldsmith's eyes cannot be deceived. This sun sphere is clearly a second-rate replica. Preposterous! It's just, the dim lighting. Yes, if you'll just step over here. Have you taken ill, friend? You seem to be perspiring most heavily. Let's not be hasty, friends. I can explain. I sold out my honor, joined forces with that odious octopus over for false treasure? What a fool I've been! Whatever was I thinking? Do not berate yourself so, Miss Avila. Why, it was exactly as you said, was it not? You were thinking of dear Hegelina and nothing more. I suppose I was at that. How do you know my sister's name? I assure you, young miss, under no circumstances did I tell you to the Nanawa mines to eavesdrop on your intimately personal dialogue with your beloved sister. Ugh, you have the right of it. Blinded by the prospect of fortune and fame, I lost sight of myself and what I truly was fighting for. My honor and my sister's trust will not easily be regained, but I will not shirk from the challenge. One mystery still remains. Before the thief had identified the ring as fake, he had already acquired the key to the storeroom. Clearly the second prize, this ring of inquiry, was his target from the start. But why? There must be some pattern to the items the fiend has stolen. A pattern that betrays his true intentions. The treaty blade, Azima's virtue, the ring of inquiry, all relics with quite a history, or to be more precise, relics from the era of the Beladians. Aho! If that is so, the answer is clear as day. The fiend means to found Eorzea's greatest museum of Beladian history, pushing up the prices and gouging honest men out of their hard-earned coin. Doubtless another one of his cards will appear on the scene to tell us just as much. Tiny card. And we're gonna go bonk. I have enjoyed our little game, but all good things must come to an end. I shall claim the 4 sacred treasures, and justice shall be served. So, this is the thief's final challenge to us? But what are these 4 treasures of which he speaks? Where the 4 treasures of Belladia become one, the wicked shall be judged in the blazing light of sun. An old legend, little more than a fairy tale at that, and yet it seems the Phantom believes there is some truth in these words. 4 sacred relics from Belladia? The Warden's justice? Lofty words coming from a glorified footpad. One who's winning over the common folk by the day. If rumors are to be believed, it would seem that tales of a master thief ruffling the feathers of the rich and famous have won the man more than a few admirers. Consider his targets thus far: an Uldon collector, an heir hired thugs, a trading mogul, and the brass blades, and now a mining magnate and the stone torches. Is it any surprise that the sympathies of ordinary Uldons would lie with the perpetrator rather than his victims? Astutely observed, Miss Ellie. Our quarry clearly harbors no small degree of resentment for wealth and authority. Might his next target be a member of the Syndicate? Perhaps the Sultana herself. Aha! Haha, then it will be to his downfall. For the greater the challenge, the higher I rise. Ahem. Just one moment, if you would. Mark my words, sea of many faces, there is but one man who shall lay claim to the 4 lost relics of Belladia, and it shall be Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Yes, I'm sure that inspires us all with great confidence. Was that? No, it couldn't be. Ha! Methinks Godbert may need a new pair of spectacles. It's a race to recover the 4 lost relics of Belladia. As the fiend's true identity and aspirations are revealed, will the Eorzea fall prey to the forces of evil? Or will our hero do what only a Manderville can? Hildibrand will return in her last vow. The key to the next case is a mask. Have you ever worn a mask for so long that you forgot what you actually looked like? I have. And how did they freeze in midair like that? Talk about a mystery. Oh, well, see you next time. Ellie. Ellie would share with you a shocking new turn in the Phantom Thief case. I was wondering when you'd show up, Celebrian. I hope you haven't made any plans for the night, because you've got a situation on our hands. Remember our good friend the Phantom Thief? Well, it seems he's decided to branch out from burglary to cold-blooded murder. If the rumors are to be believed, he's claimed 3 victims already, all influential members of Uldon society. Mr. Many Faces has been kind enough to leave one of his signature calling cards at every scene, leaving no doubt as to the identity of the murderer. The message is always the same. The weight of 5 corpses will bring the scales of justice to balance. More riddles. Not that you'll hear me complaining. No, the only thing my readers like more than a good mystery is a good murder mystery. Ever since the story broke the Mithril Eye, Mithril Eye's been selling like Pond's cakes. The only rub is that it's left me no time to think into the thief's last message until now. That is, shall we, Celebrian? The hidden treasure of Ulda, was it? If there's anyone who can shed some light on this, it's you-know-who. To Sunsilk Tapestries. But we will leave that to the next special video. And so that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.